Now we're gonna do a quick revision on lesson 2.6. Use properties of integer exponents. So in this lesson we have four main ideas: product of power property, quotient of powers property, power of powers, and different base, which is power of product property. Okay, so let's start with the first one, which is product of power property. First of all, let's agree that the keyword product means the answer of multiplication. So product of powers property, I'm expecting to see either a multiplication or this sign of multiplication in the problem. Okay, so they're saying that the weight of this alligator is shown on the right. The small one is 2 to the power of 3. This is called the base is 2. The exponent, it's 3, and the whole thing is called the base with the exponent. We call it a power. Okay, these are some terminologies. We already took them before, we're just quickly revising them. Okay, so they're saying that the adult alligator weighs 2.2 to the power of 6 times more than this one. So I have to multiply the weight of this one by how much more times, which is 2 to the power of 6. Now this is, I have here a multiplication problem. I can either write it like this with a dot product or as a multiplication sign. Okay, it doesn't matter. Now, as you can see clearly, the powers are, the exponents are different. One of them is power of 3, one of them is power of 6. But what's common is they have the same base. So same base. But what's different is the exponent. So if you have the same base, whether the exponents are different or not, even if it was 3 again, I don't care. Since you have the same base, you can do the following. Write the same base in the answer, and the property says you can easily just combine the exponents. 3 and 6, what are you going to do with them? You need to just add them. So if you have a multiplication between two powers and they have the same base, just go ahead and add the exponents. Only add them. 3 plus 6 is 9, so the answer is going to be the same base to the power of 9. That's it. So again, if you have multiplication between two powers and they have same base, just add exponents. Now, what about division? Let's see. So if I don't have multiplication, what if I have a division? So this property is called quotient of powers. And the word quotient means answer of division. Okay? So again, here they're saying that how can you determine the weight of each alligator? So they're saying that if I have 2 to the power of 3 alligators and they weigh 2 to the power of 6, just divide the total weight, which is 2 to the power of 6. I want to divide it by, you can either write division as a fraction, something on top of numerator with denominator, or using division sign. So the total of weight divided by how many alligators I have, 2 to the power of 3 alligators. Now, how can I solve this division problem? I can see clearly that I have a division here. This is called division. I can see it. It's a fraction, which is basically division. And what's common here, that they have the same exact base. Same base, and you have a division problem. The idea here is you can subtract exponents. So if you have division with same base, just subtract exponents. So you're going to do the following: write the same base in the answer and start subtracting. The first one, remember that order matters, minus the second one. 6 minus the second one. 6 minus 3, it's 2. So it's going to be 2, the base, to the power of 2, which is the result. So you only need to subtract, okay? That's it. So if you have division, you can subtract. If you have multiplication, you can add. What's the condition? They should have same base. And what do we add and subtract? We add and subtract the exponents. Now let's move to a different idea. The fourth rule, it's called power of power property. It's clear from the name, since it says that power of power, so I'm expecting to see double power. So as you can see here, 5 to the power of 3, all of it to the power of 2. So I have 2 powers. The property says that if you have power of power, this is a power and this is another power. So multiply the powers, multiply the exponents, okay? So take them and multiply these. It's going to be 5 to the power of 3 times 2, which is 3 times 2 is 6. So it will be 5 to the power of 6. That's the answer. That's it. So if you have power, double power, you need to multiply exponents. Remember, until now we are all working with exponents. Until now we multiplied the exponents here, we subtracted the exponents here, we added the exponents here. Now what if I have a different base? So this rule is called different base or power of products. It's better to remember it as property with different base. So if I have different base and between them there is multiplication, they should have the same exponent to have this property work. If they don't have the same exponent, then you need to break them down and multiply normally. But we're talking about this property. They must have same what? Not base, same exponent. And what can you see? Different base. So if you have this case, you're gonna take the exponent out, 3, and multiply what? The bases. 2 times 12. Just multiply the bases and take the exponent out. Okay? So you can gather out the exponent for these two multiplication. So just multiply 2 times 2, 12 is 24, all to the power of 3. That's it. So what do we do if I have different base? Multiply the bases. Okay? It's different than this one. This one have same base, different exponents, combine the exponents. Here, different base, same exponent, multiply the bases. Okay? Here we keep the same exponent, here we keep the same base. Okay? Just make sure that you know the difference. Terminology is important. You need to know the names of these properties. So product of powers, so I have 2 powers, they have the same base and I need to multiply them. Just combine the exponents. Quotient of powers, I have 2 powers, they have the same base, but what should I do with the exponent? Just subtract them. I have power of power, then I have a base with 2 powers, just multiply the powers, multiply them. Now different base is basically 2 exponents, 2 powers with different base, but they have the same exponent. Write it out and multiply the bases. Okay, that's it. So here let's start with these. So first one, as you can see, I'm multiplying the same base, so it's called product of power. This one division, so it's called quotient of powers. This one I have 2 powers, so it's called power of power, and this one different base rule. Okay, so product of powers, you're gonna do the following: keep the same base and just combine the powers, combine them. 8 plus 4 is 12. Now what if I have quotient of powers? You're gonna keep the same base and subtract the powers. 7 minus 3 is 4, so 8 to the power of 4. Power of power, you need to multiply. 3 to the power of 4 times 5 is 20. Different bases, you're just gonna gather the power out and multiply 6 times 2, which is 12 to the power of 4. That's it. Now, we already explained in class why are we combining, subtracting, multiplying. We explained it in details. In this video, I'm not going in details. I'm just trying to recall with you the rule, okay? So, if you want in details why are we multiplying, subtracting, and adding, please reach me out and ask, okay? So this question, your teacher asked the class to evaluate the expression 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 1. Your classmate gives an incorrect answer of 16. Evaluate the expression. So let's see. If I have 2 powers, to find the answer of 2 powers, I need to multiply the powers. So it's going to be 2 to the power of 3 times 1 is basically 3, sorry. 2 to the power of 3. That's it. How did she get the 16? Maybe she added the powers. Maybe she combined them, because 2 to the power of 4 is 16. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 4, yep, it's 16. So maybe she added them instead of multiplying. So it's a good idea always to check what possibly they made a mistake. Christine wrote 5 to the power of 8 as an expression equivalent. Equivalent means equal to, or just have the same value to, 5 to the power of 2 to the power of 4. Christine said it's 5 to the power of 8. Her friend said it's 5 to the power of 6. Who is correct? Let's see. Again, the rule is we need to multiply them. So it's going to be 5 to the power of 2 times 4, which is 5 to the power of 8. What did her friend do as a mistake? She combined them instead of multiplying. Remember, double power, you need multiplication. So Alberto incorrectly stated that 5 to the power of 7 over 5 to the power of 4, this is division, is 1 to the power of 3. What is his error? So I think he wrote the exponent correct. So it should be 7 minus 4, which is 3, but the same base. Maybe his mistake is he divided also the bases. 5 divided by 5 is 1. So that is wrong. He said that 5 divided by 5 is 1. And 7 minus 4, it's 3. So he decided it's basically 1 to the power of 3, which is wrong. You have to keep the same base. You shouldn't change it. Okay, that's his mistake. Here we have one more question. Tyler says that an equivalent expression to this is 10 to the power of 9. So I have 2 to the power of 3 times 5 to the power. Again, I can see clearly different base. What should I do? Gather out the exponent. Keep the same exponent. Keep it the same. And multiply the bases. 2 times 5 is 10 to the power of 3. He said it's to the power of 9. Do you know what's his mistake? He did the following. He did 2 to the power of 3 times 2 to the power of 5. 5 to the power of 3. Sorry. 2 to the power of 3 times 5 to the power of 3 is, he said it's 2 times 5 to the power of, instead of 3 only, he said 3 times 3, which is wrong. So he said 10 to the power of 9. It's wrong. You should keep same power, exponent, keep it the same. Here, what is the width of the rectangle written as an equivalent expression? So the length is 10 to the power of 3. The width is missing, and they gave me the area. Area is 10 to the power of 4. Remember that the area is basically length times width. But what if I want the width back? Just divide. So to find the width, I have to divide area divided by the length. يعني 10 to the power of 4 divided by 10 to the power of 3. Division means keep the same base and subtract exponents. Just 10 to the power of 1. Meters. That's it. Good luck.